So Piktochart is another really great example of a free software that you can use just using your Google Apps account with the school board. So same thing, I've already signed up, but if you're signing up, you probably have to walk through a couple of steps of why you're using it and that sort of thing. But I've already logged into Piktochart. So I'm just going to go to log in. It's going to pull me to the dashboard. And it's going to be very much like what you saw in LucidPress and what you saw in Canvas. So essentially, you can create a new infographic, presentation, poster, report, flyer. You could think about what actually works. And look through some of these, think about what you actually have to put on the paper. If you have to do a lot of text, you're probably not going to pick something like this because you need to put too much information on it. So think about what you're doing in terms of choosing the template that you're going to choose. The example that I would put would be the first activity that you're thinking about where you have to talk about different social media or the impacts of different social media outlets on you as an individual. So maybe something like this template could work because you could put the social media images down the middle and then information about it on the left or the right. So you kind of have to look at the assignment itself and think about which one could work well. Same thing here. That's not a bad layout. Where you would just flip some images and then use the template. So I'm just going to keep scrolling here. I think I liked those ones the best. So I'm going to grab, I don't really like the color of that one as much. Oh, I kind of like this one. Yeah, because I could put maybe the social media icons in some of these places and then enter my text down below. I don't mind that one, but let's look at, I think I kind of liked this one. So again, think about what you actually need to put. What are the requirements of the assignment? Once you've figured that out, you can choose your template that is the most appropriate to the task at hand. So this is going to look very familiar if you've watched the LucidPress or the Canva videos. And you might end up using these in a couple of different areas in the course. So just like the other examples, the example videos, you can change the title here. So we can click on it. My Chromebook's just running a little slow. So I can click on this and I could put media in, if I could spell. Did I even spell that right? Influences. Holy, we'll just go media for now. It's too late in the day. I'm going a little slow. Okay, so here you could swap out this image the same way that we did in some of the other activities. So let's browse. I think I had the TikTok image and a giant Facebook image. So we don't really want the giant Facebook image, but we could grab the TikTok image and pull that over. Even this might be quite large for here. And then I could drag, so I've already dragged it over. Did I? Yeah. So I might make that way smaller. And I can move it over to here. And now I've got that information here. You'd obviously play with the size of that so that it doesn't get all wonky like what I just did. And then maybe I answer the questions that were posed to me with a title in this area, right? So la-di-da-di-da, da-da-di-da. I can fiddle with the size of it. I can fiddle with the boldness, the italics, the underline. I can make it a bulleted list, all of those things. So you could go through, same thing, all of these things. You could after you've pulled up a bunch of your images. So if you know what you're going to be putting on your assignment, you could grab a bunch of images and then you're just dragging and taking the spot of other things. You're editing text boxes, you're thinking about colors and those sorts of things as you go down. And you've kind of got this nice, already organized template to use. And maybe you don't want that one at all, and you want something like this, and you answer a question here, you answer a question there, and then you bring your next media outlet down here, answer a question. So you could think about what works for you. All the same sort of icons and things that you can play with are over there in terms of making it fancy. And then it's the same process. Well, you could save it, but also for downloading. And you can choose, do you want it to be a ping? Do you want it to be PDF? You're not going to want to make anything that you have to pay for. So let's just download it as a PNG file, because that looks like it's going to be the freest way to get it. And I'll wait for that to pull up. So I'm going to show that in my folder.
And no caller.
So let's see how that pulled up. Perfect, right? So now you could see where I've edited up there. So you would obviously take way more time, make it prettier, but it's kind of nice that somebody's done all the general layout pieces for you, and you don't have to think about the formatting that you would have to in something like using a Google slide. So again, then you would come over to your assignment area and you would upload that file. If you have any issues finding the file, just like at the end of the Lucid Press video, you would grab this and you'd open up your drive. So let's do this. You would open up your drive. I'm just sliding that over a tiny bit. And you can drag that image into your drive. Once you've dragged it into your drive, I would suggest renaming it too. You can right click and rename it, but drag it over into your drive, and then you would be able to find it when you go to upload a file. So another great example of a free software that sort of makes everything look pretty. My business students really loved it last semester, and I'm glad I had the chance to learn about it before doing this course, because I think it's a really great way for you guys to do some of the assignments that are in this course.